This is Michael Kowalski, writer and performer of Mothman, True Story, and you are listening to the Unbelievers podcast. I know you wouldn't like it.
There were several groups. One of the principal ones was the reptilians from the Orion complex.
Without any exaggeration, it was like being on fire inside.
Rats were eating you up inside.
This stuff was in my mouth. It felt like it was 500 degrees. It was unbelievably hot.
My first question would be, were you a member of the Church of Satan, a card-carrying member of the Church of Satan? I don't understand.
There's always an argument for everything. You know, just because somebody can fake something doesn't necessarily mean it's
World War, and we found a life form. And that's when I started shitting my pants.
So for the person who called, I am carrying an alien.
An alien baby, we covered right here, okay?
Okay.
Something is happening. What is it? That's the question. So do UFOs exist? It depends on what you mean exist.
Channelers, the inspirational mediums known for having certain entities speak through their human bodies to deliver a message to humanity. But did you know that sometimes a single entity will channel through multiple different people? Tonight, the Unbelievers podcast once again falls into the channeler's trance to discuss not one, but two extraordinary beings that have broken through the thin veil of death to return to our earth and speak through multiple people, delivering important messages about the nature of existence and the mysteries of our universe. So, join us now for an all-new, all-channeler special that has it all! A love story, a message of peace, funny voices, and an all-new song that you'll find unbelievable. Right here in the program, we continue to learn to unlearn everything you know, Dr. People! Hello and welcome to the Unbelievers podcast. I'm your host, Rus Ryan, and joining me as always is my co-host, Drea Mora. Hello, Drea.
Hello, Russ.
And our soundboard engineer and producer, Rob Okey.
We are ready to transmit. We are ready to transmit.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Eddie? All right. Hey. Happy to be back, coming back to a normal episode of the program. It was great to have Elijah Henderson on last week again. Shout out, Elijah. Thank you for coming on.
So cool.
All your nuggets. It was
good to have another interview. It had been a while.
Yeah, and we heard again, and I think we might have to look up our man Cristo. We heard him in the voicemail segment last week.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have to get him back on. Yeah, we got his new thing coming.
I miss doing interviews, so I'm excited about that. Interviews are fun.
Yeah, we've got, I think, hopefully a couple more lined up soon.
Yeah, we have a couple things.
This might be a good year for interviews. Yeah.
I feel like we put it off a lot. We get sucked in our own thing, but back to that now, because, man, I've got a really fun one tonight. I can't wait to do this. So let's get into it now. It's time for Almost Famous Channelers.
My doctor love power, 'cause I need him to come and see about me. Come see about me.
Oh man, I just want to listen to the whole thing. Yeah, that's Dr. Love Power from Peebles. Great song to get us in the mood because we are back to our regular show format this week, and I am excited, for this one because tonight we're discussing one of our favorite topics ever, channelers. I love these guys. Most of them. I mean, Jay-Z Knight's kind of an SOS, but most of them are fairly harmless. You agree, right, Drea?
I mean, I guess they're harmless, but I wouldn't say that I love them because a lot of them can be pretty annoying.
Well, it depends. It depends.
It really depends.
Sometimes they can be pretty harmful if someone believes that they're channeling somebody that's important to somebody else. I think that can be a little harmful.
Psychologically destructive.
Yeah. I think the ones we talk about are fairly tame. Because if you remember in our last installment, we discussed those famous channelers, people like Bashar and Esther Hicks and Carlos the Channeler.
Oh, yeah.
Even though he was just a creation of Amazing Randy to make Australians look like dopes, which they aren't. They are not.
No.
these channelers for tonight, they are not as famous as these, but what sets these channelers apart is that they are communing with entities that commune with not just one channeler, but multiple channelers. These are just entities and channelers all pulling in the same person. It's a very strange phenomenon. And if you guys remember, in that amazing Randy episode, I played a clip from a documentary that had a montage of all those different channelers like Jay-Z, Knight, and Bashar, but it also included a channeler that wasn't named. And I found that channeler very, very fascinating and intriguing. So let's hear that clip now, and let's see if you can figure out the one that I'm talking about.
I must understand that the so-called channelers were claiming that they could contact long-dead spirits. Now, not a few hundred years back. No, they're much more ambitious than that. Tens of thousands of years ago. Indeed. And they would speak in funny voices like this.
God bless you, Dr. Peebles. All right, I'll say, how are you this day of your time as you create time to exist?
They were very popular. They gave talks huge prices for the seats.
All right, can you guess which one that I've been intrigued about? Play soundboard 1.
God bless you, Dr. Peebles.
Yes.
It almost sounds like he's going to say, God damn, something.
It's hard to make out what he's even saying, but something about it actually, Rob, in a second place soundboard too, because that always reminded me of Jeremy Leonard, and so I just made a little mashup. I don't know. Let's see if this is a thing.
God bless you, Dr. Papas.
Okay, I don't know if that works, but
it works. I love that.
But play soundboard 3 because I tried it the other way. Let's see if this works.
Is that a Peebles?
Okay.
Nah, it's better the other way, but they're both great.
Is that a people?
Is that a people?
A people?
Yeah, like I said, I was very intrigued by this mysterious Dr. Peepaw or whatever he says in there, so I did some searching, but I didn't have much to work with because what he is saying in soundboard 1, I found out he's saying, God bless you, Dr. Peebles. It took a while to figure this out. And, but we did, and now we can talk about it. So who or what is Dr. Peebles? And why is this guy blessing him? It's a very big mystery. It was so hard to find this stuff, but I'm happy I did. So Dr. Peebles, this was a real guy. His name was Dr. James Martin Peebles, and he was an American of Scottish descent. He was born in Vermont on March 23rd, 1822, and he died February 15th, 1922 in Los Angeles. He almost made it to 100 years.
Wow. God bless you, Mr. Peebles.
Yeah, 37 days short. Snoogans. He was a medical doctor. He was a naturopath. He was an ordained minister, a medium, and an author. And he published more than 30 books and innumerable newspaper articles and essays.
Whoa, wait. Naturopath. Does that... The pathy part. Does that mean that he was channeling like plants?
Yeah, channeling plants.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm in.
I think he was an early guy with all this. But they did hold a 100th birthday for him, even though he was a few days short, 37. At this 100th birthday party, Dr. Peebles channeled through a friend, and his connection from the spirit side began. His message of love and transformation now reached across the globe through multiple mediums on a daily basis. And that is what makes Dr. Peebles so fascinating. Dude, there are a ton of people who channel this guy. Wow. There is Natalie Gianelli, Athena Demetrios, Thomas Jacobson, Kimberly Dumaine, Reverend William Rainier, Ann Albers, and a woman named Summer Bacon.
All summer bacon. That's my favorite kind of bacon.
Is it like spelled differently or something, or is it
B-A-C-O? No, absolutely not. How it's you would definitely
Kevin
imagine.
Bacon's. We've got the 5 degrees or whatever.
Yeah, 6 degrees of summer bacon.
Degrees,
now.
Her name is delicious. I love it.
It's just 1 degree to get to Dr. Peebles too, and all these people have claimed to channel that same entity, and he is a jaunty, jolly fellow by the name of Dr. Peebles, and. Like I said, there are a lot of different channels for one dude, Dr. Peebles. So let's talk about one of them now. Let's start with Natalie Gianelli. And she is a longtime channel of the Blessed Doctor, going so far as to tape a 10 10-hour channeling session, which is all on YouTube.
Wow.
Even the guy who recorded and posted this, he apologizes for the length of the message. Here's his explanation for the 10-hour channeling he's about to show you.
Apologize for the video having to be so long, but as we went along, the information was so interconnected that to exclude any more than I did, taken away from the bigger picture that emerged. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, that's either lazy editing or everything coming out of Dr. Peebles is just pure gold. If 10 hours is your shortcut.
Holy shit. That's like those Twitch streamers that can go on for, I mean, that's longer than I've seen some people go on for. What?
It's like the Justice League Snyder cut. It sounds like how long? 10 hours? Holy shit.
Free the 10-hour cut.
25.
So now we're going to hear from Natalie, but before entering the trance medium state, Natalie has to prep the crowd for Dr. Peebles, and she talks a little bit about her background.
Good job. My name is Natalie. I've been channeling Dr. Peebles for about 16 years. And like she said, I don't know, I never know what people's experience with channeling is. So I always like to say that channeling itself is not necessarily weird or strange. Everyone is a channel. Everyone could channel Dr. Peebles if they wanted to. But we've all heard people talk about people channeling their art or channeling their music. Or we've also all had the experience where we were talking to someone and didn't know what to say exactly. And then we finally just say, okay, I'm just going to let it go then. I'm just going to let it be, whatever. And suddenly what pops out of your mouth is so freaking awesome that you're like, who even said that? That's channeling.
Dang, I guess I channel myself all the time.
And this is a very noisy room. She is in someone's house.
The echoes are really severe.
Yeah, Drea, I will agree. You are a channeler. Everything you say, awesome. Rob, you got to step up your channeling game, buddy.
Rob's a great channeler. He channels Uranus all the time. We know this.
Listen, nobody gets any credit around here. It's just all channels. Anything good that comes out of your mouth, you owe a channel for that.
Oh god,
stuff.
that sounds like the human centipede with channelers. Like Rus is channeling Rob, Rob's channeling me, I'm channeling Rus. Like, this is all just a disgusting channeling session.
Oh boy. But back to her. This woman, she is in a very small crowd. Like I said, she is in a house doing this channeling session, but she just has this great ability through her channeling. She can just slay these guys with great jokes about herself. And the hilarity of being a trace medium channeler.
And then I think about what I do, and I'm just like, because I always thought like I would do something normal, like be a teacher or a nurse or something like that, but I always joke that this makes for interesting bar conversation. What do you do for a living? Let's have another round first. But
what do you say?
Well, I've been doing it long enough now that I just say I'm a spiritual counselor and a champion.
Okay.
And.
Okay, so you just say what you do now. It was a lot funnier before that guy had to pop in needing that answer. Just let her tell her joke, dude. Let her get the prepared stuff out of the way.
Yeah, no, I that's a problem of mine too. I do the same thing. But I mean, if I were her, I would probably, maybe it's because I'm self-conscious, I probably would not be honest with my profession. I'd make something up that's easy.
I would have been like, I don't know, I got another drink and I forgot.
She just gets everybody drunk anytime they ask her about what she does for a living. If she's at the grocery store, she's like, here, have a drink, and then I'll explain it to you. Like,
I think
or
she just is always at a bar. She just hangs out at a bar all the time.
Probably. I mean, that's probably how she gets all her channeling, and she gets all that.
It was a joke, Rob. Channel that, all right?
Extra courage.
Material.
She's channeling Jack Daniels.
You're that guy. You just stood up and okay. But enough about Natalie, all right? Let's hear what all 6 people in this room came for. It's Peebles time.
All right, guys. Have fun. I want to talk to you when I get back out. God bless you indeed, Dr. Peebles here. God bless you indeed, my dear friends. What a joy and a blessing it is when man and spirit come together in search of the greater truths and awarenesses. My dears, we'd like to begin with our opening statement. A few tools to be used in tandem from our perspective. Number 1, we'd first and foremost ask that you would have loving allowance for all things to be in their own time and place, starting with yourselves. Number 2.
Oh boy, that is so hard to follow. I think Dr.
I can't
Peebles,
even understand it.
he needs to communicate a little slower. And for Soundboard 4, though, I did clip her intro so we could compare it to the other Dr. Peebles. We could figure out which one it was.
God bless you indeed, Dr. Peebles here.
Okay, I think I like the first guy better. He pulled me in a lot better.
She's got the accent, though. It's a similar accent.
Sounds like, what, is that like Jay-Z?
I mean, listen to them.
It does have that.
It sounds exactly like Ramtha.
Let's A&B them. Let's A&B them. Here's the original.
God bless you, Dr. Peebles.
And then here's this lady.
God bless you indeed, Dr. Peebles here.
Dr. Peebles here. Yeah, she gets into a more Ramtha thing. And I mentioned earlier, she is so prolific at channeling Dr. Peebles. She can do it for 10 hours straight. So I want to do a little plug. Check out our Twitch Live this Friday. It's the entire Peebles 10 hours. Rob's going to be hosting it. He's not going anywhere. I might be busy that night, but I'm going to pop in. But I was curious as to what the energy level of Peebles was at different points, because this is from a 10-hour channeling that all sounds like that. So here's a small sample about 2 or 3 hours in, and listen closely, because I think Dr. Peebles might have a bit of a vocal crutch. I'm not sure, but let's jump ahead a few hours.
I thought it might be to be introduced to my guides, guardian angels, and so on.
Yes, God bless you indeed. The very first thing I did want to remember is that you work with the very, very many, God bless you indeed here. All human beings do. But those that exist in what you might call your inner circle, God bless you indeed. Those that indeed, my infant here, are working with you at all times, right here and right now. Indeed, my infant are in numbers of 3, God bless you indeed. The first and foremost of which, my infant, is the Archangel Michael. Indeed, you worked here with the Archangel Michael for many, many years and many, many lifetimes, God bless you indeed. And indeed, my friend, he shows up in your inner circle very frequently, God bless you indeed. Indeed, my friend, here, if you had what you might call a guardian angel, he would be it, God bless you indeed.
Sorry, did you guys catch it? Because
I think so.
God bless you.
Yeah, I don't
it does sound like she's sneezing.
God bless you again.
Is that a quick like God bless you indeed?
I don't think that Dr. Peebles can stop saying God bless you indeed. It's like spooky Tourette's or something.
Tourette's.
This is just from that clip. Play the next clip because I made a little super cut. Here's all the God bless you indeeds from that 30-second clip.
Yes, God bless you indeed. Many, God bless you indeed here, Uncle. God bless you indeed. 3, God bless you indeed. God bless you indeed. God bless you indeed. God bless you indeed.
It's like the words have no meaning anymore.
They don't. It's like when people just end a sentence with, like, oh, my dad used to do this all the time. I would hear him on the phone with somebody, and he was constantly at the end of a sentence saying, like, know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I mean? Like, all the time. And it's something, you do kind of fall into, it's like saying and like. You can't help it.
This is the likes, and you knows of
definitely
podcasting.
Like a
She's throwing in, like, a...
Indeed! Yeah,
throwing in an indeed in there
doing
just
a
because.
hybrid. This is a hybridization of Peebles and Ramtha.
And Ramtha. But I do know the reason that Dr. Peebles says, God bless you indeed. And according to a great WordPress blog, it's called The Search for Life and Death. It was a huge help in doing this. This is from that blog. It says, quote, Dr. Peebles suggests that this phrase centers the channel and also claims that this was a common phrase to end a thought in his day. I like that they added that. I haven't found any evidence of the last part, so I'll have to take his word for it. So they're trying to say this was just a common phrase that was said, and there's no evidence to support that, but he loves saying it.
We're going to say it.
Her.
That's how everybody talked back then? They just said God bless you
God bless
after...
you
indeed.
They capped off every sentence with, like, instead of periods, they used God bless you indeed. Very weird.
I don't know about that
I don't think it's that weird, God bless you indeed.
God bless you indeed.
Got a good point, God bless you indeed.
Yeah.
Here's one more drop in on Natalie and Dr. Peebles. So I'm going to jump ahead again. This is about 4 or 5 hours in the session. So maybe she's running a little low on steam. And Dr. Peebles answers the question, what would you define as a miracle?
God bless you indeed here.
What would you define as a miracle?
I bless you indeed. Wonderful question here. Indeed, my dear friend, right here and right now, indeed, my dear friend, as many individuals would indeed might even experience a miracle here when something occurs that is outside of their perception of reality or probability. God bless you indeed. Indeed, my dear friend, as many individuals here have what indeed, my dear friend, here they experience as their reality, their normal everyday activities here, the things here that they expect. God bless you indeed. When something occurs that is outside of their understanding, or outside of indeed my infant here, their illusion of probability, then indeed my infant here it is counted as a miracle. God bless you indeed. Indeed, everything from our perspective here is a miracle indeed, but indeed my infant truly here, some things that occur as miracles, such as the changing of the leaves, or indeed my infant here, goodness, a little chicken pecking its way out of an egg, goodness gracious, it happens every single day, and because human beings, my infant, are very familiar with it, it doesn't feel like a miracle anymore. God bless you indeed.
Okay, so you guys got that? Or was that God bless you indeed counter going off in your head and you aren't listening to anything else? It's so distracting.
That's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened, Russ.
It's 6, by the way, in that last clip. The one before had more, but
see, and then I was trying to flip back to understanding what they were saying, and so I lost count. So now I've got nothing.
Yeah,
it sounds like a weird, like a sermon. The way that they speak, it sounds like it's some
sort
of.
They want you to think it's a sermon. They want to sound like they're speaking from this high, like, position and unto all of you indeed.
Like it sounds like they're reading it from like some sort of a Bible or something, and then like at the end of every sentence in parentheses, it's God bless you indeed.
Well, look, and indeed, like I said, the explanation is that is centering the channel for, I don't know, getting like higher speed Peebles DSL. I don't know. But that same blog post, which it was great for this research, it went on to say this about Natalie. They said, quote, "Consider how difficult it would be to fake this at this speed for hours and hours, answering difficult spiritual questions without hesitation. I certainly couldn't do it. The various people who channel Dr. Peebles sound remarkably the same, which is fascinating to say the least. I listened to all 10 hours of this, and I'm pretty convinced that Natalie Gianelli is at least really channeling. Plus, the spiritual information seems sound. I don't know how you could parse all that. She must have a great, great attention span that is on a next spiritual level almost on its own, I'd say."
Yeah, I mean, oh, God bless you indeed. Indeed, what a wonderful opinion. Indeed. I kind of, that's one thing that's remarkable about these channelers is I think they have the ability to bullshit, but it's like they do believe in a lot of what they're saying, and then so they put it all together, but then when you get stuck in a certain mode of like, they're doing a character, essentially.
It is. When you think about like a Bashar or somebody or Jay-Z Knight going up and doing, a solid 20-minute spot or something. And this lady sitting down for 10 hours. Oh, man. Oh, and a reminder, join us Friday. Watch it all. Drink every time she says, God bless you indeed.
Ah, good one.
It should be a fun night.
Yeah, bring drinks. Bring a lot of drinks.
It's going to be a slog. But let's hear from some other Peebles channelers. We're going to spin that wheel again. Oh, come on. Please be Summer Bacon. Yes, there's a Peebles wheel. And it is Thomas Jacobson. Thomas Jacobson, he is one of the very first to channel Dr. Peebles. And here he is channeling before a large crowd in 1984. And he is explaining why humans came to Earth.
God bless you, Dr. Peebles. It is a joy and blessing when man and spirit join together in search of the greater truth and awareness. Might I offer encouragement to my dear friends as you strive to understand the ways of life, as you strive to understand your pathways to fulfillment, as you strive to understand your right to receive and to give love and abundance in this your current and your chosen lifetime.
Oh, okay. I think this might be that guy from the clip. Play soundboard 5. Let's hear his God bless you, Dr. Peebles.
God bless you, Dr. Peebles.
It's that weird stutter in there. Yeah.
It's very similar.
Everything is, like you said, so distracting. I couldn't tell you one sentence that the guy said.
Yeah, he's another one. It's hard to understand what Peebles got going on, but he has a lot of followers and a lot of people channeling him. Like, there's a lot of people who really buy into this guy.
Yeah.
They're just talking gibberish, though.
I've never even heard of this guy until now, though. Like, how many people? Like, what are we looking at?
I mean, these are kind of almost famous. They didn't even bother giving his name in that Amazing Randy special. We had to dig forever to find this, but he's popular in these circles. And this incarnation of Dr. Peebles, just like the previous one, he has a lot to say. And here he is listing all the things he wants to talk about with the living.
Many others here to understand the nature of healing and health. Many others here to understand the nature to prosperity. Others yet to understand the nature of God, reality. Still others the nature of Dr. Peebles and the reality that I work with. Still others the nature of mediumship. Still others the nature of your own brain, your mind, your heart, and your emotional center. Looks like we've got lots to talk about tonight. Well, my friends, this is the very essence of life. The purpose of life, to explore these very factors.
All right, see, he slows it down a little, and he doesn't have that same distracting crutch. He is super repetitive.
It's still
but
distracting.
It is a little bit. Now, play soundboard 6, Rob. I pulled this for you. Maybe, I don't know, you could use this as one of your intro clips. It might be appropriate.
Looks like we've got lots to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
That is a good one. I was hoping you clipped it. Yay.
He sounds like he knows how to work the crowd now. He seems like he's getting better.
I like this Peebles more, and he just isn't that, he's not that constant attack like that first lady, 10 hours are we going to be doing it. He seems to wind down a little bit, and he made a little bit of sense there.
These are all like alternate phone numbers to Dr. Peebles. Like each one of these guys is like a different route to Peebles.
Yeah, why not? He has you have multiple email addresses, right?
That's true. It's like there are like multiple email addresses. It's just like whichever one he's got the best connection with, I guess, that day, right?
It's like, you know what? I can't. My text messaging doesn't work too well out here. Could you just talk to me on Facebook Messenger? Or
either that, or he's just a bad recruiter. Like Bashar got the right guy the first time. He's like, yeah, I'll make this guy a star. Ramtha and JC Knight, same thing. Maybe people just going around like, I can't get in. Why do they say that my name's so weird? They make me someone's gonna get it right.
Maybe there's password protection, and he keeps forgetting his password, so he just keeps creating a new account. And every time he creates a new account, he's got to use a different avatar.
Yeah. Or he just never gets to upgrade the current one, and he's just like, I'll just start a different class. This one's
so that's why he can use two at once, different times. It's like, you know what? Yeah. This is the one that I use for people I don't trust so much. And this audience, I know them, so I'm going to use my highly esteemed channeler for this.
Well, I mean, you know how it is. You guys know how it is when we get locked out of a password. Password.
Jesus Christ.
Sometimes there's nothing you can do. You just got to create a whole other account. And so I understand, actually.
I wonder if any of these two Peebles ever... We have a few more people channelers to hear from, but before that, here is a final clip of Thomas Jacobson channeling Dr. Peebles and making a coherent point that I think we can all get behind.
That each and every spirit who chooses to incarnate into the physical body is already in a state of unease, a state lacking in ease. How can that be true, Dr. Peebles? Because those spirits who choose to incarnate and reincarnate are those who are seeking to understand your intimate centeredness with the Divine Father, Mother, with God, with the universe. You are still not quite sure that you are part of God, that you are loved of God. Or you might feel pretty sure about that, but you aren't sure that other life forms on the earth are part of God and loved by God. So for one of the two above reasons, that's why you're here. Your pathway to growth, enlightenment, and release from the cycles of reincarnation is to understand that you are totally loved by God always.
Okay, I kind of understood some of that. We're breaking the shackles of reincarnation. We're feeling unease in our soul. We're feeling unloved in the universe. And Dr. Peebles is here to help us realize that.
Oh, thank God. I just feel so much unease in the universe that I need this guy to tell me that we are all totally loved. And I guess I do understand the sentences, but the overall message, I'm like, no, I don't think that's why I would be there. I think I'm there to listen to your funny voice.
I like where he ended it. He ended it in a nice place, that just like feeling loved by
positive.
God. That's a positive, yeah.
Play soundboard 7. Drea, I still think you're asking this question.
How can that be true, true, Dr. Peebles, because...
Because.
How can that be true, Dr. Peebles?
He's starting to remind me a little of Smokula. I think he's more of that, in that
His
vein.
vocal range is really impressive. It goes all over. He's so, like, just jumping octaves.
He does have the highs and the lows of all of these things. Very well. He's pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah,
who talks like that? It's kind of like Albert Einstein.
Dr. Peebles. That's it's just an old-timey...
Like a weird Albert Einstein impression.
If everyone talked like that in the, 1800s when he was around, oh boy.
I don't think that
we have to be done with him because there's just so many people channeling Peebles. So we'll spin the thing again or something. And here's another disciple and channel of Dr. Peebles. This is another woman by the name of Kim Dumaine. And much like Natalie, she has to prep the crowd for what's about to happen. Look, you can't walk into a room full Peebles mode. So here she is. Here she is in her warm-up answering the question of how many people is this Peebles guy speaking through anyway?
Dr. Peebles is the master spirit teacher that speaks through me. He speaks through many, many different channels across the planet. We once asked him for the heck of it and said, well, how many exactly do you work with? And he said, well, let's narrow it down to North America. There was like 60-something, and many, many more are stretching. So he works with a group of other spirits in spirit dimensions, and helps other people here on Earth become more aware of who they are.
Okay, so 60 Dr. Peebles in North America alone. That has to be a ton in Asia.
Wow. A ton in Asia. I would hate and love for there to be a Peebles convention where all of them converge in one auditorium.
The Peebles Court. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, no.
Get them all together. You can cut that out. That's fine.
No, don't.
Enough from Kim. We're not here for Kim. It's time for everyone's favorite part, like David Banner to the Hulk. It's time for the Peebles to be heard.
God bless you, Dr. Peebles here. It's a joy and a blessing when man and spirit join together in search of the greater truth and awareness. Might we offer to you our love? May we offer to you our joy as you open more fully to the energies that are now present on your planet.
Holy moly. This Dr. Peebles is shot out of a cannon. Kim, really bringing it.
It was like a Red Bull cannon. Like, they just got launched into the moon.
Yeah, and we're going to have to play Soundboard 8 because it's becoming mandatory. Let's hear her. God bless you, Dr. Peebles.
God bless you, Dr. Peebles here.
I didn't hear that sniffing before. I think she was doing lines right before. She was doing some bumps before. She
like Rocky.
She was doing like that Hulk Hogan, like pump herself up kind of do. Like, like, play it again. Yeah,
that's
you'll see it.
insane.
Ties it.
God bless you, Dr. Peebles here.
Yeah, she like ripped her shirt off, like Hulk Hogan, like shredded that shit.
Either way, if that wasn't her snorting coke right then, she definitely did before getting on stage for this.
Yeah, and that sentence that she started, we're gonna jump back in on it because that's like a 7-minute sentence that Dr. Peebles was starting. We just heard the beginning of that, and let's see where it's going.
Be aware that right now is the most wondrous opportunity for you to grow, for you to become more sensitized, for you to understand more of the energies that we are all shifting into, and to allow them, yes, to fully embrace you, so that you will understand, yes, more and more each day of who you are and what you can now safely let go of, so that you're no longer being held captive by the lower realms, by the earth-binding webs that have bound you so tightly.
So I feel like as we go on, they're actually starting to make more and more sense and sentences. They're starting to slow down. I think maybe that first lady is just bad at channeling. She needs that crutch to center herself, but not these last two.
Well, that's why I feel like a lot of them are they're doing impressions. It's like somebody doing their best version of it, and they're all, she didn't nail it because the energy of the actual Dr. Peebles felt a lot. I mean, his voice was zany, but he seemed pretty calm and centered relative to that lady, the other one.
She's one of at least 60-something in North America. Oh, man, he is like a franchise. He's getting it all done.
I like this one the most so far, though. She seems the most... She's out there.
Yeah.
She's, got
she's
a little
great.
energy.
She's saying all the right things, and it's just, again, they just still all give off that same energy though that reminds me of Jay-Z Knight, and so that's what bothers me, where I just feel like there's something where they're reading all of these ideas that have been kind of compiled into this general,
I think that's a lot
collective.
of our preconceived notions going in too, because Dr. Peebles seems to definitely predate Jay-Z Knight and Ramtha. He's been doing this for a long time.
So maybe she learned from him.
I think indeed, got adopted by her. And she took on some of those mannerisms and dumped some of the dumber ones. But I just have one more Dr. Peeble, and this is the one that you've all been waiting for, Summer Bacon.
Yes, finally.
Summer Bacon is another well-known spiritual teacher and channel. She teaches and channels at open sessions in Sedona and does private sessions and trance coachings for an international clientele. Let's hear now, Summer Bacon.
God bless you, Dr. Peebles. Here it is a joy and a blessing when man and spirit join together in search of the greater truths and awareness. God bless you indeed, my dear friends. How do you make sense of senseless acts? How do you trust again and feel safe in a time that seems so uncertain, filled with random acts of violence, man against man? God bless you indeed, my dear friends. This is a concern that has been upon the earth for centuries. It is something that occurs every day upon your planet. But sometimes it becomes, if you will, exaggerated in a way that touches the lives of the many rather than the few.
Wow, that clip got a little real there.
I liked that one.
Yeah, me too. I'm getting a little more and more on board here with Dr. Peebles. She is a current Dr. Peebles channeler.
Oh, current. Like what? So active.
Yeah, she's still active. Sure, she teaches.
Wow.
You can channel with her.
We should totally get her on here.
I didn't realize Peebles was still doing his thing like that.
Still doing his thing.
Hey man, Peebles is eternal.
He is.
Rob had it right too. That sounded like a sermon. That legit felt like I was sitting in a church.
Or it sounded like those nature documentaries, like the commentators, the narrators in nature documentaries. She sounds like she'd be great at that.
Yeah,
true.
A relaxing voice.
I like her a lot. I mean, hers wasn't even great, so I'm not even going to bother with her. God bless you. But I just want to hear more of that Summer Bacon, Dr. Peebles.
It awakens your heart to an awareness of the God within you that cries out, no, don't hurt each other, love each other, care for one another, respect and honor each other. And this is the part of these experiences, my dear friends, that make them have sense. When you awaken to your heart, when you bring more love to the earth, when you see tragedy and pain around you, when you, my dear friends, determine that it is not the time to cast stones, it is not the time to be angry, it is not the time to resort to fear, it is not the time, my dear friends, to retreat from love in any way, shape, or form, but rather is the time to fill the world with as much love as you possibly can.
Okay, I'm sold. I'm moving to Sedona with Dr. Peebles and Summer Bacon.
Exactly. Guess what? I'm sold too. That's that. And because that was just an all around positive message. Nobody can disagree with that.
It was, and it almost sounds as if it is commentating on our current life. That is not. This is actually in reference to the Vegas shooting in 2017. But it does sound appropriate for where we are right now.
Yeah, I mean that's true. It is. It's a pretty topical message to give. Yeah, it should be something that's constant, but yeah, especially at a time like this.
So yeah, as weird as it sounds, I kind of wish more people heard this message from Dr. Peebles, to be honest. People need to hear this stuff.
There's more of this one. Maybe we'll text him at the end. And I didn't think Dr. Peebles would get this heavy going in as this silly one-liner. We heard
because it's all seems to be higher amplitude, like higher energy. Like, hey, we're having a good time. We're here. We're doing this, and we believe in it. But then she gets, as I guess I didn't really consider it dark because it got on a more serious note, but it was still really positive.
Definitely a message of love, and there's nothing. We're not at all trying to rip down any message like that. So,
no, not at all.
Going down,
I could really stand behind that.
Yeah, maybe having to find this. I don't know. Maybe it was meant to be. But because we are about to just make a complete weird turn with this program, before we do, Drea, what are your thoughts on the many, many vessels of Dr. Peebles?
I think most of those vessels are cracked. But I really did like Summer Bacon. I did with a name like that. I didn't think I was going to be able to take it seriously. But I mean, she had the most soothing delivery. She had the best kind of articulated message. I still don't believe necessarily that they are directly channeling Dr. Peebles so much as they are taking his messages and reconstituting them and putting them out there.
Just a heavy influence in getting in that trance state.
Just say it as them.
Really
yeah, don't pretend to be him. Just take his teachings and give him forward, even if it is a sermon. It was great.
Yeah. What about you, Rob?
Even if it is just like a character piece, I got to give it props for surviving for so long, and that so many people adopt it and jump on this thing and channel Dr. Peebles. It's cool. I didn't know something like this existed. It's literally like if a ghost just decided he was like, nah, I'm not done yet.
I'm gonna haunt everyone.
I'm gonna channel through tons of people until I'm done spreading the story that I want to tell.
That just gives me an idea that if Art Bell was so set on being able to be heard in the afterlife, he should have people channel him.
Yeah. Oh, well, there are people who try to do the spirit box talking, not so much channeling. We'll have to look into
pretty tough to channel Art, though, you know.
And look at us now. Indeed. I mean, his message has been around. Now we're spreading the message of Dr. Peebles.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, just
maybe one of us.
Summer bacon one.
Have you guys ever tried? Did you ever think to try yourself to channel Dr. Peebles?
Like I said, no, not Dr. Peebles. I mean, this is the first I'm hearing of him, but I might now. I mean, I'm so good at channeling myself, and I channel Rob and I channel Russ. I should try to channel Peebles.
Maybe
winter sausage.
Maybe you're on the list.
I don't know. I'm trying here. I don't know what to say.
God damn it.
Maybe one of us is on the list. I don't know. Later on, when we're done recording tonight, just spend a few minutes and try to channel Dr. Peebles and see what happens.
Actually, Summer Bacon's website has a lot of tips about how to kind of unplug yourself. You know, if you take 20 minutes to do this, if you take 20 minutes to do this, surely you can just take 20 minutes to meditate and think about Dr. Peebles. Dr. Peebles isn't the only spirit that comes through multiple channels. There is a much more modern public figure who also has dozens and dozens of channelers and mediums at his beck and call, and that is... cue the music. The king of pop, Michael Jackson. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you didn't think he'd have anything. You didn't think he'd have anything in common with Dr. Peebles, but mediums, psychics, channelers, ghost hunters, you name it, are all getting in contact with a late pop singer. It's so much. I don't even know where to begin. So I'm going to start with a person named Psychic Charity on YouTube. Now, Psychic Charity has a channeling session with Michael Jackson where they have Michael pull tarot cards. You should dig this, Drea. Yeah.
So I am not going to have a pop singer, a dead pop singer, pull my cards for me when I could do it myself.
You're ignorant.
Yeah,
you're ignorant.
There is a lot going on
they're ignorant,
here.
Robinson.
There's so much going on here. Let's hear now from MJ and Charity.
Hello everyone, today we are doing a reading on Michael Jackson. We're going to channel him out and actually see what he wants to say for the moment. Let's have some fun. Michael Jackson, well, let's say your whole name. Michael Joseph Jackson. You've been on me for a little bit. Speak your piece and speak loudly. Conversation we shall have. Pick a deck, Mike. This one. He likes this one. This one here. Animals over here. So, Michael, how do you feel about that documentary? I wasn't a part of it, so I don't actually have an answer to it. I'm actually very, very picky right now. I don't feel that no one actually hears my side. And I'll tell you this right now. Was there any sexual activity that went on between me and any boy under the age of 12? Yes, there was. That's 2 of cups.
Okay, wow. Okay, Michael really sold himself out with the cards already. Damn, 2 of cups.
Immediately.
Is that the pedo card, Drea? The 2 of cups? What's going on here?
No, dude, there's way more pedo cups than that. Well, not way more pedo cups, more pedo cards than that. The 2 of cups, that's like, that. If anything, it's kind of like an agreement, an exchanging of an engagement for like marriage.
Right, yeah, a little more
that's not
tat.
That's not really like that's not a sexual card.
So I know that clip might have been a little hard to keep up with. What you're hearing is he is talking to Michael, and Michael's quickly going, "Now take that deck," and he's like, "All right, this one." He's like, "Yeah," and that's what's going on there. So of course he outs himself already. I don't know. Let's see if he can. I don't know. Clarify that, or maybe he grabbed the wrong card. Help us out, Michael.
He sure did.
Yes, there was. That's 2 of cups. Yes, there was. But the thing that I actually want everyone to hear me say is that I'm not a rapist, and I am not a child molester. The way my perspective is, I was actually sharing a part of myself with them. Magician, if anyone's trying to understand what that card is. And that's right side up. I'm just redirecting it for you. I was trying to share a part of myself with them because the way I see it is, no one would have taught them that.
Okay, that's not good either. That's the opposite of good. He's making it even worse. He's saying he's doing these kids a favor.
He's contradicting.
Wow.
He's contradicting
See, if
himself.
anything, yeah. What was that other card that he pulled? The second one?
What was the second card that he pulled?
Yeah, did he pull the second one?
I think he said it was the Magician, if you understand.
Yes, he pulled Magician.
Yeah.
So.
That is absolutely not what that stands for. Like, no, if anything, now it just sounds really evil. Like, so he was the magician and he was like putting kids under his spell. Like, if he's taking it that way, then this is making him sound really bad. I mean, the worst card to come up next would be the Six of Cups, because that's the one that's got like this older child with a younger child, and they're in like, it's all innocence and whatnot. I don't know.
I tell you this
feeling gross.
This defense would not hold up in court.
No. Yeah, I wish it was like magic and that magician was Amazing Randy and he came out. I don't know what he did. But I'm going to give him one more chance to drag this out of the gutter. Come on, Mike Jackson and Charity. What's really going on here, man?
So, what would you say is the beauty of your relationship with children as of now? Not then. Now is here, then is here. As of now, I'm the wish fulfiller. I actually go and not necessarily sleep with, but I do enjoy slumbering with children. I put it this way, whenever someone's playing my songs on the radio, I go straight to the children and huddle up against them and try to figure out the best way that I can actually route them off to their greatest desires. Sometimes, yes, people don't actually realize this, but over the age of 7, children also have sexual desire.
All right, I'm out. All right, F this guy.
God, I tapped out a while ago. That was just the absolute, like, take my name off of this entire...
Michael, what are you doing?
I think this guy is worse than actual Michael Jackson. This guy is disgusting.
because he's trying to justify this shit.
I can't even play the music around my kids anymore. He's going to start creeping, according to this guy. If you play a Michael Jackson song, he's going to start floating around your kids.
I hate this.
God. I mean, I know what that guy was trying to say, but the fact that he was saying it in conjunction with defending Michael Jackson is absolutely wrong. Because because children can have feelings, it doesn't mean that an adult man should be having feelings on a child, like with a child's like what the fuck, dude?
I don't think it even needs to be said. We're all in agreement, but thankfully
where is Chris Hansen when you need him?
Seriously, that would thank you.
Have a seat. We need to have a talk.
Ghost Chris Hansen needs to do some busting here.
No, I think Chris Hansen needs to sit with this living guy here, this channel or what have you. He's because he's on his side. He's on Michael Jackson's
Charity
side.
Yeah, we got to look for the Charity guy. He's got a weird mind, but
it's a little too generous if you ask me.
We're done with Charity because good thing for us, there are a million other people channeling Michael Jackson also. Do you guys remember the story from Unbelievable podcast about channeling Eric?
Oh, yeah.
So
no.
I'll remind you here, Drea, Channeling Eric is a YouTube channel where a woman named Alisa Medhus she's the mother of a young man who took his own life. She has different channelers come on to communicate with her dead son, Eric, who talks to a bunch of dead historical figures like Gandhi, Moses, JFK.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yes, of course, Abe. Well, last year, Eric was asked to bring Michael Jackson to his YouTube show. This is a real throwback, this Eric kid. Of course, he's getting in the act. Now, the mom has an internet radio show or a podcast now all about this. Here is the intro to the Channeling Eric podcast, a radio show, whatever's going on here.
Hello from the other side. Now presenting Channeling Eric's Hour of Enlightenment.
Hello, everybody. I'm so glad that you are joining us this Tuesday. Tomorrow I'm going on a nice trip to Colorado. Hopefully I won't get lost in the tundra there, and I will survive. But today we have something special. First of all, we have our wonderful medium, Denise Ramon. I love you, Denise.
Hi, I love you too. Hi, everyone.
Yes, hi. I know everyone grieves a little differently. That intro is a little off-putting, though. It sounds like some morning shock jock shit's about to go down, and then she's like, channeling Eric.
Dude,
Yeah,
honestly, you're right. I got the same vibe. It was like the South Park type of vibe where she's just like, oh, right, we've got my dead son, Kenny McCormick.
It really is.
Channeling Kenny.
It's like something, you nailed it right on the head. She is like a character out of South Park. Her whole shtick is so bizarre and so unreal. It's so like disrespectful to herself, it feels like, which is weird.
To her own son's legacy.
It feels like it's disrespectful to her own, like, she should be offended in what she's doing, but it's so weird.
Totally exploitive, and it's ironic that she said she's going to Colorado. And he's not getting lost.
I hate the word cringe and cringy, but that's so cringy, that whole intro.
A little cringe-topia for you, but we can't. Let's watch what we say, though, because she has a huge disclaimer on every video that she makes no money off YouTube, that the royalties from her books, live events, the T-shirt money. Look, she's tired of the haters. She doesn't need it. She doesn't make anything. She says she's a doctor and she's got plenty of money, okay? But I don't know where all the Eric money goes. So let's go back now to Eric and Michael Jackson on this exciting episode of their radio podcast.
So hopefully you can bring in Michael Jackson, who apparently has tried to teach you to dance. I don't know if that still holds true or whether he wants to make claim to that. But if you are here, Michael Jackson, it's an honor that you are, and we love you, or at least I do.
You know, I really like Michael Jackson a lot. I grew up with him.
Yes.
We were the same age, and I just remember watching him. But Eric has Michael here. He's had Michael here for about 10 minutes. They're both agreeing. So Michael Jackson has taught Eric how to dance, and Eric is saying that Eric is trying to say that he can dance better now than Michael Jackson, and he's laughing when he says that. So I think
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he's making me feel like his competitiveness is coming out, so he's wanting to claim that, but he's joking, of course. But he says,
well, you need to come and teach me how to dance, Michael.
Yeah, okay, so they're saying Eric is taking dance lessons from Michael Jackson, of course, because that kid's a little creep. Remember, he was like a jerk to Abraham Lincoln and Moses and everything. Of course, he's I can dance better than you now. I'm the best.
I can't remember how old Eric was when he died.
He was 22, and
so
took
he's
his own life.
Okay, I was picturing that's something that like a junior high kid would say. I'm like, all right, I can dance better than you now, but a 22-year-old.
He's a little out of Mike's range as far as what Mike was interested in, so I feel a little bit more comfortable now that you said that he's 22. Reminded me of that. For some reason, I thought Eric was like 14.
A kid.
I was very scared for a minute. Even for just Eric's ghost, I was scared.
Yeah, he's mine now. Like, no, stop, Eric, come back.
A ghost can still be violated. It's very true.
Yeah, you guys heard that. Time. You guys heard that clip. I have to say, I am going to start to question where the profits from all this go, because it is definitely not in audio equipment or production. This whole show sounds like total garbage. Even the nice people, that they're followers, the people that love Eric, those people in the comments of all their videos, they all agree that they need some help with their audio. If it's weird that they can pull this off and they get tons of listeners.
Yeah, well, I mean, part of it is they're focused on the channeling, They're focused on the task at hand.
It takes a lot out of you. You can't really focus on audio stuff when you're busy pulling in audio from the ether.
Buy a decent mic. Read an article. It's not that bad to figure out. And another thing, my other complaint I have about this whole channeling Eric show, it isn't even about the exploiting the death of their kid. It's that this show is really boring. They just ask very mundane questions like, did you have a sibling you liked, Michael? And he's like, yeah, LaToya and Janet. And like, okay. And it's like, okay. And
what's
they asked things like, color? They asked him, was being a child star hard? It's like, yeah, it was. It sucked. It's like, we know this stuff.
It's like
Michael
Tiger Beat little articles.
He said it's in his life. I don't know why they needed to channel him from beyond the grave and teach our dead son to dance.
Michael, were you good at dancing? Did you like to dance? And were you good at singing?
Yes, I did. Oh, wow. Whoa.
Oh, wow. Oh, good.
Yeah, buy the T-shirts here. Any we can answer this.
Those are the easy questions. You got to answer the easy ones. You got to stick with the easy stuff. Don't get too...
Well, do they get into any hard questions at all?
Well,
like,
we're gonna see.
Did you molest children?
No, they don't really go too hardball. But I have maybe a third complaint. It's not even about that audio quality. Put that aside. This show is just really hard to listen to. listen now to this great exchange between the mom and the channeler.
So how did you get along?
Of course, yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
God.
How did you get along with your mother? Oh, sorry.
That's what he's saying. He said his mother is. He adored his mother.
Jesus, can you edit or not talk over each other? This is the whole thing is like this. Rob, you got to go help these people out. Maybe you can make
seriously. Like if that ever happens with us, one of us will actually let the other go, and we can kind of tell. I don't know. Maybe it's just because we've been doing this for a while. I don't know. But there are times where if I say no, go ahead, you will take over, or
this
sometimes
woman,
I'll. Yeah. Like now.
This has been predating. This kid died in like 2010. She's been doing this since like 2012. Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish so I could just go off on it again. Like I said, I'm not even going off on the morbidity of all this. It's just like they can't get their stuff straight. It sounds terrible, and there's so many people into it. I don't understand. Rob, that has to baffle you there.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. You're just saying if you're going to do this, at least do it well. If you're going to try to produce something, at least produce something that's tolerable to listen to. Something that's good on the ears.
How many people are listening to this? How many followers do they have?
Thousands. They have thousands and thousands of followers. All their
How
videos,
many thousands? This
like 80,000. I think the main page.
Ew.
A lot. They're doing just fine as far as that goes.
You know, when you have bad internet, sometimes it can be you can play that game talking on top of each other. Maybe we can blame the internet. I don't know. I'm trying to help them out here a little bit.
But I mean, if it's consistent, because I mean, look, all three of us have been doing this from different parts of the country this entire time. We don't really have that issue very often, and then when we do, guess what? We know how to edit it and be like, all right, let's just start that over again if we needed to.
Yeah, they're trying to come off like some morning talk show. Maybe that is why they're talking all over each other. But here they asked Michael Jackson, what was it like meeting your father Joe in heaven after he passed away a couple of years ago? This is a deep question.
Oh, boy.
So, how was your meeting with your father like when he crossed over in 2018?
He's showing me like he was reaching out a hand to his father when he was crossing over. So that to me, he's telling me that he was, at peace, all's forgiven. There's nothing held. Mm-hmm. He said we both took on a role. It's like they both took on a tough role. It's a lot of a lot of questions. A lot of people talked about our lives in different ways.
Wow, this is so rough. You have Michael Jackson there, and it is still so boring. So boring to hear that.
It was like people had like different takes on like our life. Like I think that's how he actually talked.
We assumed roles. That's
roles,
like the vaguest,
super vague. What's the name of that guy? Was it John Edwards? That guy who just like goes like that super cold reading and just like that's such conjecture. It's so easy to do. You would think that we should get Summer Bacon to channel Michael Jackson and see what that's going to be like.
Summer Bacon could take all these guys to channel at school easily. This is hot garbage. I still don't know why this stupid show.
It's cold garbage. It's not even hot.
And I'm going to say this whole YouTube channel is just nuts. They still release so many videos. They have a video recently where Eric the Ghost, through a channeler, lists his top 10 best ghost ships of all time. It's like, what is even going on here? What is the point of this? What is
exploiting the fact that people who are no longer on this earth don't have anything better to do. And they're like, all right, name your top 10 ghost ships. Like, I guess I do have time to go and think about that.
She treats her dead son like he's a co-host. Is what it seems like.
It's sickening. Like, treat him with some more respect than to just like dress him up for this weird, terrible radio show you've got going on.
Terrible.
So bizarre. So bizarre. Never heard of anything like this woman. Like
I don't
she's
know.
doing.
And it's going to go on. We'll probably hear from her again. But they're great people, though. Just fix your audio. But let's move on. Let's move on to another one, this time from a woman named Gypsy Medium Emery, who is channeling MJ about the allegations in that Leaving Neverland documentary. So we're going to get some of that juicy stuff here. This is no more softballs like, what do you think about your dead dad? And I got to know, I got to say, I noticed a lot of these channelers made videos around the time that Neverland documentary came out. So it seems like the ghost of Michael Jackson, he was doing a whole PR campaign from the afterlife when this came out. Because there's a ton of videos where they're like, he's addressing things for this. So let's hear what Gypsy Emery has to say.
Hello, everyone. It is Gypsy Medium Emery. And today I decided that I wanted to do like a reading on the allegations, obviously, that have been occurring, or just the allegations against Michael Jackson, specifically from, I think it's a documentary or a movie. I think it was called Leaving Neverland or something like that. I haven't read a lot about it, because again, I always try to do things without knowing so much information. I did like happen to walk in on one of my friends watching it, whom I live with, and I watched like a few clips, but I didn't understand what I was watching.
Okay, so she is definitely the person we want asking Michael Jackson about this documentary. She walked into a room, people were watching it, and she didn't understand what she was even seeing.
It sounds like she doesn't understand most of what she sees in daily life. Just the way she walks about her sentences, like is that outdoors, the door is closed. The bird outside. She just sounds so broken up and like she has no coherent thought ever.
Why? I wonder why she thinks it's a good thing to go into stuff without knowing anything. You should probably inform yourself a little bit before you go into certain things. It's good to know.
That's not a good quality. Yeah,
it's good to have some base knowledge on what you're talking about sometimes.
Otherwise, just being ignorant.
Look, exactly. I'm watching Mike. I'm going to talk to Michael Jackson. I don't know shit about what I'm going to ask him, so I'm just going to believe it all. But here she is. Michael Jackson gives her some time, and here she is getting some answers about leaving Neverland from the ghost of Michael Jackson.
He's telling me I'm not the only one that's got in contact with him. A lot of people have tried to get in contact with him. He's just coming from a place of love, coming from a place of gratitude. He's telling me he has not much. He doesn't have a lot of things to say about that situation that we're wanting to know. It makes him very sad. He says it makes him very sad that people even want to know about that people even want to keep on wanting to know about that information. And that shows you, he's saying that shows you how much something can just be like obsessed about and then it could grow. You know, he doesn't want to talk about it.
Okay, well, thanks, Emery, for nothing. And that was the last question. Michael Jackson said this interview is over.
I think, his ghost lawyer probably advised him to say nothing else. Don't say
don't
word,
talk to
dude.
This lady. She doesn't even know anything.
You don't need to talk to them.
You know what would have been impressive? If she would have channeled some detail from that thing, that from MJ, because she obviously didn't see the documentary. If she actually brought up a detail through Michael Jackson, would have been like, oh, look at that. She can channel. But no, not even that.
Well, then it's so easy to say, I didn't see this documentary. I have no idea. The fact that she, had that foreword before going into it, that like, I don't know anything, so I'm just going to say what I feel like. She totally watched it. But she still didn't understand anything.
She didn't understand it, but it didn't even help her case because it's not like she could even use that to her advantage. Like I said,
think it's a documentary. It might be a movie. I'm not sure. It could be a book. I think it was a poem.
I didn't understand it either way, whatever it was.
She's doing that thing where like she's like giving a report in front of the class, and all she did was see the cover of the book and like knows the name of the book. Like she's bullshitting her way through this.
God, I've written essays like that. It was terrible, but I still passed. But I wouldn't give this chick a passing grade. I'd give her a D.
Hey. She got on a podcast. Let's give it up for her.
It's a passing grade.
There's even more Michael Jackson channelers, though. Here is a woman named Diamond who has a YouTube page called Pretty Blind Eyes. I think she is a blind woman. She's blind.
But they're pretty.
She's very pretty. And here she is in her channeling session, which gets off to a bit of a rocky start.
Whew. So you guys are not going to believe this. My very first recording, and I didn't record a damn thing. Okay, well, hi, my name is Diamond, and you're watching Pretty Blind Eyes. And so let me just start off here What I was doing was a reading for Michael Jackson. Once I looked at the date this morning, I realized it was the 28th and that his birthday is on the 29th.
Okay, this was August 28th. She messes up a little. She pulls it together, but I'm going to give her a pass because this woman is blind and she's pulling off doing YouTube videos that sound better than channeling Eric.
Yeah,
impressive.
so far it does sound better. I mean, we haven't really heard it. So far, she said she hasn't recorded a damn thing. So,
well, she has. And look, I gotta say this, and I don't know why I keep giving people audio advice. You could have edited that out. How would anyone know it's your third try? Who cares? Yeah. just start your video 5 seconds after that. It's fine.
Exactly.
Who cares?
Yeah, she's adding a little humility in there, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to be like that, just constantly apologizing for mistakes when nobody was hearing them before.
No one would know.
It's like, just go. Just
There's
do it.
no way anyone would know. But once she gets going, it's fine. It's much better than a lot of these other MJ channelers. She even touches on a subject that these other channelers wouldn't even dare to talk about this stuff.
He's really enjoying Chris Brown's tour right now. He's just showing me Chris Brown, and he said that guy is a firecracker. And he's showing me a practice of before the tour, and he said that guy. He said his feet never touches the ground. He said I thought I was awesome. He said, but this guy here, he can take what I do and do his own thing with his own style. He said it's like he never touches the ground. He said, I love it. He said, and he catches on so fast. He said he watched the practices. He said that guy could catch on so fast at those practices.
Oh, yeah, Michael Jackson, he's creeping on these Chris Brown practices. So Michael Jackson, huge Chris Brown fan.
Yeah, so that's curious. I mean, so it's verified that this lady is blind, you said.
Sure, but she's evidently, I don't know, she's just either a huge Michael Jackson fan or Chris Brown fan or both.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, the only way it kind of has some veracity to it, the fact that if she can't see what Chris Brown's doing, how is she going to feel so enthused about his moves unless Michael Jackson is telling her?
I'm noticing a trend of all controversial figures here too. Chris Brown, who has some pretty damaging allegations against him.
Oh, yeah.
And
they have to stick together.
Michael Jackson's got some very damaging allegations against him as well.
Sure.
So I don't know.
Jackson and
that's
Brown
a
teaming up.
little weird thing I noticed there. I don't know.
Looking out for each other.
He's a little old about. Okay, anyway, there's just one, and I gotta say, I'm still not even sure that Stevie Wonder is blind. Maybe pretty blind eyes can't see. How does she know how great he is? I don't know. But I do have about the dancing. That is, I have just one more clip of Diamond, aka Pretty Blind Eyes, and it of course is more Chris Brown crushing.
He said he's a part of that collective. That's what he's saying too. He's a more physical. He said he draws. He said he's showing me his paintings too. He said, but the way that his body is built, and he's saying stamina, and he's saying people think it's externally enhanced, and he's saying, you know what I mean? But he said 80% of that is steel. He said that is him. That's his chemical. That's how he was born. That's his purpose. And he said that boy is lightning.
What does that mean? Is he saying that Chris Brown is enhanced with steel, like Wolverine or something?
I think he's enhanced by by the gods or something, or the external. I don't know what that was, but 80% is him and chemical.
Yeah,
is
did somebody
20%
accuse him
steroids?
of taking steroids to dance?
Yeah.
I don't understand what is she defending?
He's got an unfair
here?
advantage. He's got
Dance
steel in
steroids.
his bones. He was born with it. It's his birth metal
Maybe it's
or whatever she was talking about.
Well, you'd
I
think
would
that
say
steel in
it's-
your bones would make you slower because it's heavier.
Yeah, it's 100% him. I would say.
How are you dancing if you've got steel in your body? I think that would weigh you down. You're not floating around. Your feet are on the ground like whatever.
I don't
she was
know.
talking
Is
about.
adamantine lighter?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's supposed to be lightweight. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I don't
She
know.
didn't
I've not
say
seen
adamantium.
I've seen the Terminator. I don't know. That's the only thing I can compare it
Yeah,
to.
you ever see the Terminator's feet? They have those weird balls at the end of them. He ain't dancing. He's not dancing with
Have
those
you seen
feet.
ballerina's feet, though?
Yeah, they're pretty messed up, too.
They're pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Well,
we have
the
just
Terminator.
We've got just one more channeler of Michael Jackson to talk about before we finish. And boy, this one is really unbelievable. Now, some of you may have seen a post about this going around. I came across it in the Unbelievable Podcast Network, our Facebook group. This channeler is a woman named Kathleen Roberts, who claims that she not only channels Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson is her ghost husband, or at least was. But let's just get into it. This woman, Kathleen Roberts, she is a physical medium, and here is Michael Jackson speaking to us directly through his human wife, Kathleen Roberts.
This is Michael Jackson, a medium. I want to talk about Hurricane Harvey and the devastation that it's caused. It's very hard for me to see people lose material things because I lost material things when I died, and heaven has stuff in it, but when you spend a lot of money on mementos and things that your children played with and things like that, it's really sad.
Yeah, Michael misses his stuff. Like, it's like heaven has stuff, but still, it's not as cool as the stuff Michael Jackson was able to buy. I like that that's where he first went, thinking of Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah, no, that immediately strikes me as wrong, just because I've seen that video of him just like wantonly pointing at things like, yeah, I'll get 2 of those, and oh, what's that? That's $5,000. I'll get 3 of those.
He can't do that in heaven.
He didn't give a shit.
The golden sarcophagus and the throne. He's like, yes, I'll take both of those. Yes, please.
And it's like, so yeah, he totally does not feel for things like that. He doesn't care about the stuff. It is just stuff.
He loved material shit, though. He was a material boy. He was
did.
A material
I mean, like,
boy.
he wanted it, but he didn't have an actual emotional attachment to the stuff, you know?
Yeah, I think he had too much stuff
but now
to
he
ever
suddenly
care.
cares about the stuff.
Right.
Well,
I don't know.
I love the idea that heaven, you can't get like the same stuff that you could get on earth in heaven. That it's
Look,
just
you
different.
can't get an In-N-Out burger, but there's stuff.
Everything is like heaven.
There's a
everything's
Burger
just
King.
is heaven brand,
There's a
and it's
Burger
just like
King.
it's like, dude, I'm so sick of heaven brand.
Are there
I just want-
hurricanes in heaven that just take away your heaven stuff?
Oh man,
No, there's not. He's got his normal boring heaven stuff, but he's looking down going, man, that guy in Hurricane Harvey's path, he had a pretty cool grill, and it got messed up. But
man,
in this clip, the next one, Michael, he takes some time to address his children, who he misses, I'm sure, very, very much. He addresses his children now, Blanket and Paris.
I miss my children. And Blanket, be good. Don't be me. I don't want to sit here and watch and not do. I've seen videos of him jumping around and, playing, and which children will play. But I see tattoos going on people in Paris. Okay? I see your tattoos. Daddy don't like that, but...
Yeah, Daddy doesn't like that. And I gotta say something about this. I'm a little confused. If he is a spirit, why is he watching videos about his kids? Can't he just go haunt his own kids?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly that observation. That's very astute because, you can watch over them anytime. You don't need to be on YouTube seeing videos or watching TMZ.
Yeah, he's in this lady's trailer. I gotta say, before I go on, talk about her, did you guys notice how squeaky that lady's chair is?
She's rocking in that thing.
Yeah, well, let's hear the next clip, because Michael Jackson, he noticed how squeaky the chair is, too. Let's hear.
Just rock the neck.
Like my desk. Sorry about that. The chair squeaks, but, she's not rich.
Yeah, lay off. She's not rich, okay? She can't afford a not squeaky chair.
Well, that's what you get for getting a ghost husband who you can't tap into his wealth.
Yeah, and in heaven, everything is fine, and there's no squeaky chairs.
No squeaky chairs in heaven.
I love that Michael Jackson he doesn't like Paris's tattoos, which is like, it seems like he's just has Instagram in heaven, and he's watching, he's looking at his Instagram. He's just like, another tattoo? What the
Well, honestly, he's okay with tattoos, but not other body modifications, aka facial modifications.
Oh,
and
that is.
Come on.
Yeah, you're right. That is a little.
I'm just going to go on a limb. I never said it yet. I want a chance to say it. That's ignorant. But since this woman has come forward as Michael Jackson's new wife, she has garnered a lot of attention online. They have been married for some time, but of May this year, they had a falling out. And she wrote on Instagram,
"Oh no.
I left Michael Jackson the ghost last night. Paris tweeted that she dreamed of Macaulay Culkin in a onesie, and I just know Michael was cheat visiting. He loved him in life. He obviously dream visited them. So there was a harsh breakup because Paris Jackson dreamed about Macaulay Culkin in a onesie. I'm so lost. I don't know what the hell they're even talking about. But they broke up for a little bit.
Wow. There's so much to unpack there, really, to overuse that phrase. But the whole admitting that there was a fetish or whatever, or a relationship with a child Macaulay Culkin because she mentioned the onesie. And then that should be a breaking point to like argue over. It's like, lady, this is all in your head. First of all,
I'm just saying. Damn, Mike. I'm saying, damn, Mike. Girls can be crazy, Mike. I can relate. Crazy girlfriends. Come on.
Yeah.
This is just another crazy girlfriend, dude.
It's true. Every girl is just a crazy girlfriend.
She's looking too into it, man. She's looking at his text. She's following his Instagram, following his Twitters,
reading into his daughter's dreams.
Yeah, every little thing. His daughter's dreams now. Come on.
That is insane.
I think we can all agree, breakups are tough, but she seems to have bounced back. They have made up and are back together as of May 16th.
Good.
So that's good.
Bless their hearts, indeed.
I always knew they would. I always knew they would make it. Those two.
They're back.
They had that.
And she will channel Michael Jackson for people, for money, of course. She started her own podcast called The Ghost Host, of course. So we got two podcasters.
Ghost Host, that's what I call the host in the Blackwell Ghost.
I bet you there's a lot of podcasts called that, but check her out. I have not checked out her podcast yet, The Ghost Host. And recently she made the next step in her career, starting an OnlyFans account. Where she posts her ghost channeling and dirty photos and videos of herself. And I have to ask, have you guys seen this woman before?
Yeah, once. I think somebody's posted it on the internet, and I didn't pay it any attention. I just didn't give a crap.
I sent you guys a picture earlier. Rob, I know you've seen Kathleen Roberts.
Picture.
We've seen that picture for research
Honestly,
purposes.
I scrolled past it. I didn't look at it. It was in my peripheral for a second, and then I scrolled past it, and I said, "You're a dirty, dirty person."
Yes. Okay, so
don't ever say that to me again.
I'm going to say...
I turned my phone off.
She takes up the whole screen.
I'm going to say, yes. I want to say she looks like Divine if Divine was actually a woman and also boring. And maybe, well, I don't know. She looks a lot like Divine if Divine was actually female. But in the interest of doing research for the show, I signed up to her OnlyFans. Thank you, patrons. I had to see what she's up to because she posts all her paranormal and Michael Jackson stuff now is strictly on OnlyFans. And
that's fucked up. She put it behind a paywall. That's so.
That's it's that indicator that we need to know that someone's being kind of sack of shitty.
Or she's the only true one.
Look, she's got that squeaky chair. She's got to do stuff. So I appreciate her. She needs the money. And I'm going to say, I really regret that decision of signing up for her OnlyFans. After this, Rob, you can have my account. It's Rod Escamilla. I don't know. Maybe you can post under that name. I'm signed up for a month.
All right.
Nice.
I could do that.
Maybe I'll post there too. Go follow Rod Escamilla on OnlyFans. It'll be free.
Okay.
But so now we can get into her OnlyFans. This would be interesting. So here's a recent post. Thank you, patrons. And here's a post from her on her OnlyFans. And it includes a picture of a very large-breasted sex doll. And the post says, "I just bought this silicone sex doll to play with. I've always wanted one because I'm a bisexual looker. She is going to be here by the 25th, it said. Hopefully sooner. Michael named her Charmaine. LOL. I got her with my first OnlyFans payday." So, Michael Jackson's wife is on OnlyFans. She's posting herself. There's tons of nudes, and it's not fun to look at. And all the stuff is on there. And she's buying this really crazy-looking sex doll.
And this is not Lisa Marie Presley. This is when you keep saying,
no, this is Kathleen Roberts.
Michael Jackson's wife. It's Michael Jackson's ghost wife. Michael Jackson was never married to this woman in real life.
No. Well, he is now.
He was ghosted.
Were you able to find out how much the sex doll cost?
I haven't found out how much. It looks really expensive. It looks like a nice. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It looks nice.
No, honestly, it looks like a little too much. I don't know what she's going to do with this thing.
Look, I like my sex dolls nice and simple. This one looked like it was too much.
It looks creepy and not cheap. It looks
not
like
natural
it's expensive.
Either. The boobs extend about a foot past the chin. So
and the waist is about 3 inches. It's really disturbing looking.
Like fishnets just stretched over it. It's weird.
That's what women are shaped like. That's what women are shaped like, right?
Right. Oh, totally.
Sure.
That's kind of what I'm shaped like.
No,
it's like someone designed it from like memory. Like someone drew a woman only seeing them one time from memory.
A third grader drew like what he
a woman. Yeah, how does a lady?
It's so bad.
We're talking dangerous curves. This is full of them. And maybe we should have a little sympathy for Kathleen. It's not easy for her either, even though she's got our money, patrons. Let's hear from this post. This was kind of sad. She writes, I live with my mom, though I'm 33. I don't believe that. She looks a lot older than 33.
Yeah.
And she knows about me doing all of this. She is not happy at all about the nude modeling, and we aren't getting along well over it, but I told her it's a dream job type of thing of mine to do. Plus, I'm making money. I need doing what I love. These are her words. Paranormal stuff and nude modeling, porn, etc. I can now be able to afford to feed Michael in me restaurant food, and what I live on now, it is rare. He eats in me, and we eat mostly homemade meals. I love fast food. Okay.
What the fuck is happening in this whole paragraph?
She eats for two? She eats for her and for Michael?
Yeah, and she says restaurant foods is great, and restaurant foods, it's rare. We eat homemade food, and then I love fast food. What is what are they actually eating?
Michael must be a light eater. I don't know what's going on, but she wants fast food, and OnlyFans is getting her there. And
well, he gets the salad.
I'm not here for.
He was so skinny. He didn't eat shit when he was even here.
Yeah,
when
he's
he was
getting
around.
the salads, clearly.
Yeah, she can just eat normally. Mike's going to be fine. Plus he's dead. It doesn't matter. And I'm not here for this. I'm not here for her nudes, and I don't here for any of that. I'm here for the paranormal content and channeling, of course. And here she is making a plea to her simps to help her with some wardrobe issues that she's having recently.
Hey, this is Kathleen. I have a big problem. I've applied for a couple of webcam jobs. I'm waiting to see which one contacts me as an adult model. And the problem is, I only have like a bikini and maybe a few pretty dresses. Michael Jackson's ghost got rid of my lingerie because one, he was jealous in front of the other ghosts. He didn't want me wearing it. And two, he was... Well, I'm not going to say the P word. He didn't like anything sexy, like sexy on me. He likes sweetness, so he just likes to be in basic brief panties. So I've only got basic brief stuff. So I'm having to collect lingerie with my last bit of money. So hopefully, maybe I need a GoFundMe account. No, I'm not going to do that. No. But, it's a hard problem. I bought one piece of lingerie today, and I have a bikini coming, so that helps. Hopefully I can raise some money to get some more outfits for my show.
Yeah, this poor lady. First she's got the squeaky chair, now she doesn't have enough porn outfits to upset that Michael Jackson is throwing away this lady's lingerie.
Oh my God,
she's just trying to...
Yeah, send me more lingerie.
Briefs.
And I swear to God, Michael's not going to throw these ones away.
Got these old whitey tighties from my stepdad that I'm wearing. It's not a good picture. This whole lady.
Hey, there's probably a fetish for it somewhere.
I feel so bad for Wendy from The Shining. Someone get her some someone get her some damn lingerie, please.
And Wendy let herself go then. Oh my God. Oh boy.
Holy shit, dude! Did this actually work? Like, do people actually fall for this?
What are you talking about? We signed up for this.
No, but we're not falling. We're not sending her fucking lingerie.
She's doing quite well. And she can afford that crazy blow-up doll in her first. She's only been on there a couple of months, and she's buying like extravagant blow-up dolls. I don't know what she's going to do with that.
But I have to wonder how many people are giving her money because they're like feeding into the joke, or if they actually fucking believe it.
Who cares? I don't think it matters for her.
It doesn't matter for her. I just want to know.
It's different.
Like, I feel bad for these people if they really believe it.
It's got a little spice to it. It's paranormal and it's sexy.
Like, all right, you should sign up for it too. Oh, you're going to use Russ's account.
No, you can use mine. We're all. Hold on. I'll give everyone the login for Rod Escamilla. That could be all of us. It's fine.
I guess I'll go check it out.
I relate to her. She's kind of like our show. Like, we're like paranormal and comedy.
What?
You know, like it's like we've got like something in common with her.
Yeah,
she's
we don't have a ghost throwing away our lingerie, Rob.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like
he's like,
Rob's. Oh God, Rob's gonna start gifting her, super chatting her. It's just gonna be all up in. Oh, okay,
Rob's gonna get a ghost wife, and he's gonna get his own channel.
Maybe we can get Michael Jackson on the show. That'd be really cool.
Well, yeah, you should work on channeling him. Get your sexiest lingerie out.
I'm going to be honest.
Well, maybe briefs. He seems to like it simple.
She could be in briefs. She could be in a wedding. I don't care what she's in. I don't really want to see it again. I'm not trying to be mean, but she's not
She doesn't do it for you.
Nah, she's not doing it for me. I was like I said, I'm here for the channeling stuff, and even the channeling stuff on here, it's mostly a letdown. There was one post that she did though that did catch my attention, and I have to admit, this is the reason I actually gave this woman money. Here is the audio from a post titled "Michael Jackson, the Ghost, does his famous hee and ow through me," and this is what got me so excited. I was like, he's back. He's gonna say it. So this is my $8.99 at work. Let's hear it.
Hello, this is Michael Jackson in a medium. I got a lot of requests on TikTok for this, so I'm gonna do it. Here it goes. Hee hee, ooh, hee hee, ow!
All right, that was it. That was worth every penny. That is the Michael Jackson we all came for. None of the channelers would give us a hee-hee. We actually pay for it to hear it. I'm stoked we got to hear it.
That was uncanny.
I'm speechless.
I made it a soundboard clip. I think it's the last soundboard clip.
You're right. It was worth every penny.
We can bring this with us forever. Let's hear it. Yeah, there he is. He's back.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna make it the whole awkward thing where just the way she
that.
started out, where it's like, okay, if Michael Jackson was really working through a physical medium, that person's facial muscles are going to work the way that they work, right? So she wouldn't have.
It wasn't
had an
a
accent.
video. It was just audio. Oh, it was really.
Well, I mean,
could
you know
really
what? You know what
escape.
I mean. He wouldn't have had an accent working through her.
He lost his. He's not as quick as he used to be with it. It's slower. It's slower
you know
than
what,
I
Rob?
remember. It's
Maybe
a lot
because
slower than I
they've been
remember.
married for so long that he's like adopted her accent.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like one of us could do a better hee.
Yeah.
No, we don't even.
Just sort of
Look,
Shimona.
save it for the Rod. Save it for the OnlyFans Rod Escamilla account. We'll charge a
Christ.
penny for us to hear us say hee hee.
That's terrible.
5 cents at
That was
least.
terrible.
Man. Give me a
Hey, look,
nickel.
She's
I
on
don't think I
TikTok,
can.
Too. You heard that? She's on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Oh, we
Yeah,
should find out. That would have been
she's-
free.
Hold on. She moved everything to OnlyFans when she realized that people would pay her for this stuff. So you're not gonna. She's expunged a lot of that stuff. So that's why we're there.
I bet that was Michael
But
Jackson's.
follow her on TikTok still. I'm sure it
suggestion.
exists. Go follow her on TikTok.
Instagram too.
Maybe she'll
she's
go
got
back.
there.
Oh God, no.
Look, I don't think I can top that, and this is kind of turning into a marathon. But yeah, go check out her on TikTok or Instagram or her OnlyFans.
Or don't give her any more money. Michael Jackson's rich enough.
Look, help her get some clothes and a chair that doesn't squeak and a sex doll for Michael Jackson. She's got a lot of other great content too on her OnlyFans. She channels Anna Nicole Smith. She channels Kurt Cobain, and she even channels Carol Baskins' missing husband. It's all there.
Oh,
Maybe we'll do
Michael
a-
Jackson doesn't get jealous of her channeling other men.
Michael Jackson's super jealous constantly of her, but what's he gonna do? He's going to sneak around with Macaulay Culkin. She gets a couple of takebacks with him, a couple hall passes.
Yeah, they probably got an agreement.
She gets to go be with
right?
Carol Baskins' ex-husband who got eaten by a tiger or whatever. That's
Yeah,
all there. Maybe we'll do that.
I would love to hear what Carol Baskin's dead ex-husband has to say.
Oh, I'm saving it. Well,
all right, let's
yeah,
do that for a Patreon.
Go to our OnlyFans, quote-unquote, Patreon. We'll do some stuff there. But before we go, Drea, do you have any final thoughts on all these Michael Jackson channelers?
I wish I had less thoughts. I don't want to think about these guys anymore. Most of them were terrible. All of them were terrible.
They are.
Yeah, that's my final thought. They were all terrible.
Yep, they are. God bless you, Dr. Peebles. What about you, Rob?
I think it's crazy. I never really thought about it like this. I always assumed that channelers were one person channeled one entity, and because that's what most of the ones that we've seen in the past are kind of singular entities, and most of these people, they don't channel multiple other people, except for back in the Unbelievable podcast days. Ivan Teller was a classic channeler who channeled Robin Williams.
He channels multiple people, but it's not one entity channeling through multiple people.
That's true.
Right. I guess it's kind of the reverse.
A little bit different.
It's a little different, but it does harken back to those days of Ivan Teller. It reminds me a lot of that. It's interesting, really interesting.
Yeah, Ivan Teller actually ended up on the cutting room floor this episode. He talked to Michael Jackson too. Super boring. He didn't even channel Michael Jackson. He channeled the Sony Music Corporation. It said he did, and he mentioned Michael Jackson. He's like, Michael's kind of like an Anunnaki because he changed his face. Blah blah. That's all you need to know. Ivan Teller.
Wow.
Ivan Teller was even more boring than some of those other channels you heard, which is hard to imagine.
Hey, it's good good stuff to fall asleep to. So if you're ever dealing with insomnia, just go find that. Ivan Teller channeling the Sony Music Corporation.
Sure. And now we're going to go out on a brand new song called Bad One. And this song is sung, written, and musically arranged by Michael Jackson, the Ghost, through Kathleen. So let's get out of here and let's get our money's worth. And I got to say, Rob, play it till the drop after the chorus. Let's get our money's worth. This is a new song from Michael Jackson, Bad One.
Greg so good, he runs the show. He's getting in with all his woes. He's teaching how to do this right. I feel brother, you better hide. Choose your slide is how it's done. But brother, you ain't the one. I'm the bad one, goes to the king. I will see good on that thing.
Yeah, that's Bad One. That is a fresh one from Michael Jackson. Man, much like the other channelers, Rob, she needs a little audio help getting that those vocal levels right. I'm going to read you the lyrics, though, even though we're out of it. The lyrics of that song were, Drake's so good, he runs the show. He's getting women with all his woes. He's teaching you how to tootsie slide. I see you, brother. You better hide. And that chorus, just that great chorus is, a tootsie slide is how it's done. But brother, you ain't the one. I'm the bad one. Ghost of the king. I wear the sequence on that thing. So great lyrics, great music.
Don't
and
forget about that.
It was perfect.
Wow, it really had everything, honestly.
Oh,
yeah, she's doing great stuff. That might be. I might have to stay subscribed for a little while. We'll have to keep updating on Kathleen Roberts.
It's really great. The battle between Michael Jackson and Aubrey Graham is great.
Sure, let's send her an Unbelievers podcast. Tank top or something. I bet you if we send her something, she'll wear it on her stream. We could get her a part of the show. Let's get her on.
Let's get her a super sexy one. Give her a onesie.
That would be dope. If we sent her some like Unbelievers lingerie, that'd be super dope.
All right.
With like our logo on it.
We have a couple of thongs out there.
Yeah,
we do.
Send her a thong. Send her
I'm
an
serious. We
Unbelievers
actually
thong.
do.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. That's an awesome idea.
What size do you think she is, Russ?
All of them. But we could get some. We could get some stickers, maybe. She could do some interesting things with some stickers. All right, this show's gotten so dirty. God bless you, Dr. Peebles. Dr. Peebles, we're so sorry. We didn't mean you to bundle you in with Michael Jackson. But hey, Dr. Peebles and Michael Jackson, you're the only ones who are showing up for multiple channels, showing up with multiple people, Dr. Peebles, all that. Oh, it's exhausting. I really am exhausted. I felt like I didn't have to cut clips last week, and I lost my mind this week. I was like, all I want to do is clips. I just want everything. I want to do all this stuff. Yeah, Rob has told me multiple times, this is 2 episodes. Too bad, it's 1. So now, let's go on, because we're in a hurry. It's time for the Unbelievers voice mail bag.
The Unbelievers mail bag.
Ooh, right in the mailbag.
Hey man, check your mailbox.
Hey, you got some new mail over here.
What's up, bitches? It's mail time. Woo! Woo! Woo!
All right, I know we've got a long one so far, but we had some really good Unbelievers voicemail bag stuff to hear. I really appreciate all y'all leaving your voicemails. These are so fun. So let's just get into it. Rob, let's hear our first voicemail of the night.
All right.
Hey, how's it going? It's your boy, Kooks, a.k.a. Kooks K. DeVille, a.k.a. Breakdance the Curse, King Rugapoo, Fuck You Beverly, Roadkill Gobbler, Pussy Bopper,
Nice.
Big Yella Yael, Dr. Split Dick, and oh my god, the list goes on. But here, let me just play a little something here. If you like it, let me know and I'll send you the file. Mailbag.
Extended version.
Oh man, thank you so much, Kooks. I love it. That's a great little remix on our mailbag thing we used. What I hear rant in there? What was going on? That was great.
That took me a while to understand what was happening, but once I got it, I got it.
You know what? Look, Kooks, send us that file. We want that actual file. We'll use it. We'll use it next week. That was
send
great.
It, dude. I'll get it. I don't know. I'll stick it in there somehow. I'll add it into the mix, man.
Unbelievers podcast at gmail.com.
Send it on over.
And thank you so much, Kooks. We love it. You hear all the great names. He crushes the poll results constantly. He's so many names on there.
I had no idea those were all him.
That's
Holy
all him.
shit.
Oh,
I
man.
loved it. He's like fucking Khaleesi.
Yeah.
He's got so many names.
All right. Let's hear the next Unbelievers voicemail.
Hey, this is Reservationist for another Wombat movie review for The Howling. This movie is pretty real. Karen, the main protagonist, tries to honeypot somebody who's killing ladies of the evening, which doesn't really make much sense at the beginning of the movie. Then the guy who's doing it is a werewolf. What the fuck? She goes to some place to try and get over, her being almost humped by a werewolf, and everybody's werewolves. They turn her boyfriend, husband, I don't know what the fuck, into a werewolf. And then he fucks another werewolf in a scene that may have awakened some people. I don't know. And then some guy shows up with some silver bullets. Oh, it's a pretty sweet movie. I'd give it 3 rods and 1 werewolf rod. And 4 mustaches.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So that's a total of 9 objects.
That's something in there. Thank you so much.
9 out of 10 objects. That was a really good review. I think that's exactly how I would have summarized that movie. He did
it brought
really
me
well.
right back. We do our normal Friday night Twitch stream, but last week we did an hour of some fun videos. Then we did the entire Howling movie on Discord, and yeah, that pretty much sums up the movie. And it was a lot of fun doing it. So we can't wait to do that again.
Yeah, we're gonna do that again. I don't know what the next movie is gonna be. Some people were. I didn't see if you guys saw everybody else's opinions on those, but I think there were a lot of votes for Cabin in the Woods. I think it should be that one.
Yeah, we could do Cabin in the Woods. That'd be a fun one to do. I mean, it's going to be hard to squeeze it in after 10 hours of Dr. Peebles, but we'll see what we can do.
10 plus hours.
Let's hear the final Unbelievers voicemail for tonight.
Hi. It's me, Christian Webster. I have found my mother and father's compound in Ohio. The search has come to an end. All my father has left behind is a son who will fight against music pornography. J.C. Webster will rise again. How dare you?
Oh my God.
Okay, so
wow. That's
JC's still out there.
J.C. Webster's long lost son or nephew.
It is. He's an
Holy
unbeliever.
shit.
That doesn't surprise me. JC's son would end up an unbeliever, or at least calling into our show to mess with us. So
to threaten
us?
us?
They found the compound, and we don't know what that means. It didn't sound like a threat to me. It sounded more like an invitation.
Yeah, it could be that motorbike kid's son for all we know. We don't know what she was getting up to.
I don't know. I'm into it either way.
JC
Well,
Webster
thank you so
sounded
much.
very relaxed right there. It was very chill, JC. You
It was like someone was channeling him almost and about to pull some cards.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it. Thanks so much. Please call us some more. 469-420-0114. Unbelievers voicemail bag. And that's it. And now let's get out of it.
The Unbelievers mailbag.
Ooh, right in the mailbag.
Hey man, check your mailbox.
Hey, you got some new mail over here.
Sup, bitches? It's mail time. Woo! Woo! Woo!
All right, well, of course, we've come to the end of the program now, but we've got one more thing. It's not really the end. It's time for everyone's favorite Win Stuff segment, poll results. This week's poll, what is the most nightmarish nugget? And the choices were the Beast of LBL, Granny Witches, Hog-Stealing Bigfoot, Real Michael Myers, or other. I'm going to ask you, Rob Okey, what do you think the Unbelievers said?
It better be the Beast of LBL. That thing's
All right,
terrifying.
what about you, Drea?
To me, Real Michael Myers, because, I mean, I'm more afraid of people than anything.
Yeah, congratulations, Drea, with 5.26% of the vote. Real Michael Myers, that is the most nightmarish nugget. But I don't think it might be the most because, of course, there are others. What is the most nightmarish nugget? Oh, we all know the biggest nightmare was LL. What happened to Bill's Buster? Signed Legacy Guy. Oh, man, I don't know. You know what? I've noticed Bill's Buster is on Twitter now. Go follow him, man. He posted some crazy stuff. Yeah, it just popped up out of nowhere. Yeah, LL and Bill Buster back on the scene. Thank you, Legacy Guy. What is the most nightmarish nugget? When I drink 10 PBRs and eat a meal of rods stuffed full of beans, what happens the next morning is nightmarish. Signed Friendly Weatherman. Wow, you got a lot of stuff in there because 10 PBRs and what?
You don't suppose if one were to gather enough rods, one could get a small meal?
Yeah, I don't know. What if that meal was stuffed?
Yeah, but my mother thought I was full of beans, so...
All right. Thank you so much. I don't think I need to say your sign-off name. Your sign-off name is a clip. Let's hear it.
Don't be afraid. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm the weatherman.
Okay, thank you, Friendly Weatherman. What's the most nightmarish nugget? The nugget I leave after I peacefully eat a hamburger and a poo-doo-poo into Mel's hole. Signed, Kozanton. A lot of good ones here. Oh, man, these nuggets are just ripe for fun while he's... Oh, man, haven't heard the poo-doo-poo in a long time.
So good. Nobody really appreciates that episode, the Psychic Parrots.
I love Psychic Parrots episode. Love it so much.
Good.
Thank you, Kozanton. You're in the lead. What is the most nightmarish nugget? That episode of the Unbelievable podcast where Brian talked to that chick about Ghost? Talk about a total bore fest. Some would say nightmarish. Signed Outlaw. Okay. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen an emoji in poll results. I don't know how you did that. But if Brian was here, he would say, is it boring? Well,
ask women.
Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Outlaw. Thank you, Outlaw. Good job. What's the most nightmarish nugget? I got the biggest pair of nuggets you've ever seen signed. Dinosaur dick. Wait, what? Signed dinosaur? Okay. You can't write. Just write a dash. I don't know you mean signed. I've got the biggest pair of nuggets.
That's what that means, but also dinosaur dick means that he's got dinosaur nuggets, and that. I believe him.
A pretty good dinosaur dick. Just work on the punctuation. What's the most nightmarish nugget? The most nightmarish nuggets are all the folks showing their true colors now that it seems like the world is burning down. Signed Blue Box UFO. You got it, Blue Box UFO. What's the most nightmarish nugget? Did you know cute little chipmunks actually eat birds? Signed The Machinist. No, I guess I did, but...
What? They eat nuts.
Come on, man.
Come on,
Those ain't nuggets. What's the most nightmarish nuggets? Fuck nuggets. Is that a Popeyes? Signed K Mill. Oh, he wants to hear it.
Is that a Popeyes?
I thought he was saying that like fuck nuggets were a new thing, like chicken nuggets, and then there's fuck nuggets.
Yeah, he didn't even know. We got into that tonight. Play soundboard 2 and 3 from tonight. He gets a little bonus nuggets.
Oh boy.
God bless you, Dr.
Popeyes.
Okay, it's still bad. Give him the next one too. Give them all.
Is that a
Beeper?
Okay, is that a people? Good one, K-Mill. Love it. What's the most nightmarish nugget? Went to this room. There was this bowl on the table, and I was supposed to get a glass of milk from this bowl. I didn't. Signed Huckleberry's big toe with the swerve. Thank you much, Huckleberry. I was just wondering, I'm a wet Huckleberry. Hell yeah! All right, that's what I was hoping. Great job.
That was Harley Warren.
Yeah, great job. You got him, but we didn't have to hear that. Thank you so much. What's the most nightmarish nugget? Look at that eye. Look at that mouth. That ain't no natural dog just running an LBL. Signed a week behind guy. Week behind guy. We've talked about the same thing 2 weeks in a row. You've kind of caught up.
Oh, no.
I guess he knows now that he won.
Does that mean the universe implodes when he catches up?
Uh-oh. God, I hope not. What's the most nightmarish nugget?
Look at that mouth.
Oh, my God. I'm stepping on week behind guy's thing.
Look at
that mouth. All right, week behind guy, hit us up. You need to come on a game. What's the most nightmarish nugget? I invested in the dripless toilet brush, and now we are filing for bankruptcy. Signed, Bone. Yeah. That was a bad investment. We all know that. That was pretty good, too. I love it.
Too.
Yeah.
I have 3 of them.
I haven't thought about that at all. What's the most nightmarish nugget? The one about Vrillock using his PPS to make Baggins fuck a ghost. Oh, wait, never mind. Moment complete. Signed... signed the Wombat Preservationist. Give him something. I think give him a Vrillock. I haven't heard of Vrillock in a while.
Pick a politician.
Hey, pick a politician. And wait, never mind. He wants to hear.
Oh my God! What? Moment complete.
Still one of my favorite clips of all time.
Great one, Wombat. Yeah, and mine too. It never gets old. And thanks for calling in the voicemail. I want to say I'm actually reminded. Someone posted about Vrillock and that pick a politician. I think it was Mike Hartstad. He posted on Twitter. It was a picture, and it said pick a politician, and it was Bane holding up the picture of Harvey Dent with the mask. And I thought it was just very good, fun Patreon inspired content. You gotta check out the Patreon. Yeah, good stuff. What's the most nightmarish nugget? The nightmare nugget is when you've gotten to the last spicy chicken nugget from Wendy's. Signed a Gray on the Roof. Man, those are good. You don't want to run out, especially if you're...
A Gray on the roof, observing us.
Yeah, good one, Gray on the Roof. Man, I'm getting hungry now.
That's the dream nugget, your last one.
It is. Oh, God.
Savor it.
What's the most nightmarish nugget? The most nightmarish nuggets are the ones that hang off of rods.
Ew.
Signed Rod Lover 69. My girl, Rod Lover 69.
Jesus.
Give her a good rod, Rob.
Oh no, vampire rod.
That'll work, especially in the context of nuggets, those little vampire nuggets. I don't think anyone got what we were... Okay.
Oh, that's gross.
What's the most nightmarish nugget? Poop nuggets? Is this a real show? Signed Unbeliever Carol. Yes, I don't think it is anymore, Carol. Thank you for pointing that out. Play it, because I think we deserve it.
Is this a real show?
Yeah, I don't know anymore, Carol.
We don't know.
We appreciate you being around. What's the most nightmarish nugget? Granny witches sodomized me in the dream state, but I fought them off with my dildo collection. Signed Crude Guy. Okay.
Whoa. So he satisfied the granny witches.
Oh, man, that's going to be hard to do. But he wants to hear.
Astrally projected out to me, entered my dreamscape, tried to sodomize me. Long story, I fought it off.
Yeah, and that's granny witches he's talking about. That's a mess. Good one, Crude Guy.
That's the best way to fight him off. Holy crap.
Ugh. What's the most nightmarish nugget? I ain't ever stolen a hog I didn't eat. Usually deep fried. Signed Kentucky Fried Squatch. Okay.
That's good.
That's something
I'm
for
also
hogs.
Hungry.
Yeah.
Bear dogs and hog dogs.
Thank you. Thank you, Kentucky Fried Squatch. And the final one for this evening. What's the most nightmarish nugget? I keep telling you, it's that goddamn bowl they made me ejaculate into.
God, there it is. There it is.
Signed Harley Warren. God damn it. Coming in at the end. I thought we were clear. Man, we
went to this room. There was this bowl on this table, and I was supposed to ejaculate into the bowl.
Well, he did it.
Yeah, he roped and doped us. We thought we were out of it earlier because, let's just go over. Man, there was so many good ones this week. We had Legacy Guy with, we all know that the biggest nightmare was LL. What happened to Bill's Buster? He's on Twitter. We had Friendly Weatherman with, when I drink 10 PBRs and eat a meal of rods stuffed full of beans, what happens the next morning is nightmarish. Indeed. We had Kozanton with the nugget I leave after I peacefully eat a hamburger and poo into Mel's hole. I didn't realize how much we opened ourselves up for poop jokes with nuggets, but we did. Oh, we had Outlaw with that episode of the Unbelievable Podcast where Brian talked to that chick about ghosts, talk about a boar fest. Some would say nightmarish. All right. We had Dinosaur Dick with I got the biggest pair of nuggets you ever seen. We had Blue Box UFO with the most nightmarish nuggets of the folk showing their true colors now that it seems like the world's burning down. We had The Machinist. Did you know cute little chipmunks actually eat birds? I like that one. We had K Mill with Fuck Nuggets. Is that a Popeyes? We had Huckleberry's Big Toe with Went to This Room. There was this bowl on the table, and I was supposed to get a glass of milk from this bowl. I didn't. Thank you. I kept it clean and got ruined. We also had a Week Behind guy with Look at that eye. Look at that mouth. That ain't no natural dog just running an LBL. We had Bone with I invested in the driplet toilet brush, and now we are filing for bankruptcy. We had the Wombat Preservationist with the one about Verloc using his PPS to make Baggins fuck a ghost. Oh wait, never mind. Moment complete. We had a Gray on the Roof with the Nightmare Nugget is when you've gotten to that last spicy chicken nugget from Wendy's. And of course we had our girl Rod Lover 69 with the most nightmarish nuggets are the ones that hang off of rods. Unbeliever Carol, this was probably my favorite. Poop nuggets. Is this a real show? Carol probably's like, what has happened? What's going on? And we have Crew Guy with Granny Witches sodomized me in the dream state, but I'm fired off with my dildo collection. Crude Guy, boy, we're on OnlyFans, we're a dildo collection. This show's gotten so dirty. We gotta clean this up. We have Kentucky Fried Squatch, which I ain't ever stolen a hog I didn't eat, usually deep fried. And finally, of course, we had Harley Warren with, I keep telling you, it's that goddamn poll they made me ejaculate into. This week, I'm going to leave it up to Drea Mora. Who do you think won this week's poll results?
Fuck. I do love that Harley Warren keeps telling us, and he keeps telling us. And I also love that Crude Guy has a collection of dildos that he fights off granny witches with, which is kind of sexy. But I got to give it to Kozanton because the amount of references, and it was so perfectly done. The nugget I leave when I peacefully eat a hamburger.
And poo into Mel's hole. Okay, great job, great pick.
It does flow.
Man, Harley Warren, you are so good. That one, you got me this time. If it was up to me, it would have been you. Keep going. But congratulations, Kozanton, with the nugget I leave after I peacefully eat a hamburger and poo into Mel's hole. You just won this week's poll results. And we've come to the end of this week's program. But before we go, Drea Mora, do you have anything you would like to say or plug?
I'd like to say don't try to channel celebrities because it's overdone. And even if they are talking to you, it's probably not. Just keep it to yourself. But I'd also like to plug, very shortly coming up, I swear to God now, my other podcast with a friend of mine is Spirits and Spirits. You can follow us at Paranormal Alcoholics on Instagram.
All right. What about you, Rob Okey?
Check out my Instagram at Rob Okey, and check out our Twitch, twitch.tv/The Unbelievers Podcast. Friday nights we're on there watching funny videos. And then if you follow us, you can get alerts to see whenever we're going to pop on there and play games. Because we go on, we play Goatman, we play Bigfoot, and we're going to be playing some more games soon, too. So
we are. Yeah, we are. The world's been a little wild. It doesn't seem very appropriate to go running around shooting stuff on Twitch right now. And I'm just going to plug Summer Bacon and Dr. Peebles because she had a lot of good stuff to say. The Unbelievers podcast hosts today were Drea Mora and me, Rus Ryan. Our producer and soundboard engineer is Rob Okey. You can join our Patreon by going to patreon.com/UnbelieversPodcast. You can follow the show on Twitter at UnbelieversPod and Instagram at Unbelievers Podcast. Our Facebook group is the Unbelievable Podcast Network. Check out our merch store at cafepress.com/UnbelieversPodcast. And thank you so much to our patrons, Vic Voss, Robert Groom, Little BB, Dr. Ortega, Tyler Ventura, Adam Dvorak, Corrupted Mass, Michael Phillips, Weary Exile, Carol Valet, Manny, MQ Ultra, CJP, Braden Hitt, Raymond Roel, Todd X, Christopher Panici, The Moon Moon, the Judgy Moon. Mike Henry, Bryce Cronenberger, Burger Jr., Dawn Bright, Shanna Ferrigno, Tom O'Connell, Mark Braun, Donna Bands, Jenna Stevens, Cat Chaos, and Jason Kelly, and Mike, Brian Ashton, Michael Armenta, Jackass, Robert Slavins, Wombat Preservationist, our official composer and theme song creator is Unbeliever A.A. Ron, a.k.a. Aaron Chilb. Check out his new podcast he's got coming called Nashville Tour Stop. Our official graphic designer and card maker who designed our logo is Raymond Roel. Check out his work at P. Raven Creative on Twitter and Project Raven Creative on Instagram. Our official Unbeliever without a title is Kozanton. Our official Madman is Unbeliever Adam. Our official Mothman enthusiast is Michael Shields. Our official MUFON Inside Man is Chris DeMarais. Our official Unbeliever peacefully eating a hamburger is Michelle Durham. Our official Unbelievers time traveler is Taylor Nelson. Our official ghost hunter is Amelia Childs and Ghost Hunting in New England. Our official senior European correspondent is Kay Mill of I Don't Know Podcast. Our official guardian of the bench is at Kraken Stacker. Our official alien bopper is Nunchuck Bob. And this week's Unbeliever focus is Vic Voss, who likes watching the live Twitch stream on Friday night. And man, when I told him about that upcoming 10-hour Dr. Peebles marathon, he got really excited, and all he could say was,
"Looks like we've got lots to talk about tonight."
Yes. Good night. God bless you indeed. Indeed.
Discontinue!